Hi. You dancing again? Oh, jeez. It's just. Oh, look. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Party pooper.
How Monty got his groove back.
Oh.
Not anymore, Omar. She pooped the party.
Oh.
That old I Love Lucy. Are you two pooped to party? The Vita Vita Vegemin. And she got drunk on that cough syrup. Remember that episode?
Yeah, Meryl loves she got a bunch of I Love Lucy
I love
collection.
Lucy.
Oh, what happened to those pictures? Those old school.
Who knows?
We probably left them in Wyoming.
No, on the
in
move.
the laundry room.
Here.
Oh, I think we left them in Wyoming along with a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
We just got the hell out of that state.
I Love Lucy because of Ricky Ricardo used to go crazy on Lucy.
Can you answer this for me? How come very, very spiritual people who have spiritual awakenings, no matter an NDE or just a profound thing to occur in their life, why do they change their mindset and get all extra spiritual? Like, how come
Some of them, yeah.
a lot of them
Yeah,
like a lot of them don't stay themselves? What's up with that? Why are they trying to put themselves on like this holy, godly like figure when they know they can't really keep that facade going? Like,
Maybe it's down a facade for them. Maybe that their experience was so profound, it really changed the way they think about things.
yeah, but it seems like it takes away their
Normalness of being a human.
yeah, and like they don't laugh at things anymore, and they
Maybe a
are
little.
always so serious. And
A little piece of them got left behind, and they changed.
I'm glad mine stayed with me.
Right.
I'm glad his stayed with his, and Peter Panagore stayed with his. Like,
Or-
there's some of us out there that hasn't changed.
Right.
Or they were so scared, and they don't want to admit it.
They want to do good with their lives because they
'Cause
feel
they-
like
they
if
were-
they do bad,
They were
yeah,
so scared.
they were so scared.
Yeah.
But it also would come down to like what religion you are about. You know, the one where there's a hell. Then yeah, you got those that'll be like,
And then that's why they're
and
like,
that's why they're afraid.
Oh my, yeah.
Yeah.
Versus me, the universal, I had none of the above. I was just accepted and loved no matter what you did or what you believed in.
Right.
That was my experience.
Yeah.
And I came back me. Even when I was there, I was me.
It's just funny, like, and then when they find this new spiritual path, they look down on others who still want to be themselves, but yet still positive people, you know?
Yeah, I think just in general, as humans, we're just very judgy people.
Spiritual event or not,
We're just very judgy people.
right? And
We're supposed to be though. Like it's
Yeah.
like, it's the human experience.
It's
We're not perfect,
Back
so why-
again to
why
the
put-
yin and the yang.
Yeah.
You just gotta have it.
why paint yourself in this brilliant light and you know you can't uphold it? You're not supposed to uphold it. You're supposed to be flawed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
you're supposed to be here on Earth, and Earth is exactly the opposite of what you. I mean, it's good to strive to be
Better.
better,
Yeah.
but when you go too far gone,
and it
you
takes your sense of humor.
disassociate yourself from everything because you're trying to reach these stratosphere idealizations that you could never amount to.
Right.
It's like, come on.
But then again, you don't know why they're doing that. Like, is it, like I said, like, is it fear-based? Is it because they saw something and they're so scared of it now that now they have to walk this perfect straight narrow?
Or maybe they saw themselves.
Yeah.
I don't want to know why. I really don't care why they do it. I know this, human nature, and it's the same within everybody.
But you started off saying, why do people do this?
Yeah, I'm asking a question. And,
But then you just said, I don't care to know why.
no, like what she was saying. I don't care to know why, what their rationale is. At the end of the day, human nature takes over, and you can't beat it. You can't even beat it with a whip.
So you're saying like you don't care how
whatever you think you're doing, you're not going to get away from being a human.
So you're saying that no matter how hard they try to stay on that path, eventually they're going to break?
Eventually, the human genome takes over. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but not for everybody. Like look at Buddha or Gandhi, not Buddha, but Gandhi.
You don't think Buddha or Gandhi has some flaw within them?
I'm not saying they didn't, but they did strive to live this.
They did.
And they got a lot further than most of us.
Right. But ultimately,
yeah, they still have flaws.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The human in you is still going to win. And it's better just to be human and have a positive mindset than trying to strive to be something more.
Right. And I get why people do it, though. They just want to see people be better, and they want to be better.
Right.
I think it's always funny that we're always so for the what is that?
Oh, a spider? Is it a bug? Oh my god!
She's hitting the mic now, people.
Sorry, I don't know. It was something flying around. That was weird. I think it's always funny where everybody's like for like when you're down and out and you're struggling and you're striving for something better, and so everybody's rooting for you, and they're like, oh, look at poor so-and-so. They're trying so hard. Go, you can do it. Go get them. And then let's say this person achieves greatness, right? And they finally made it, and they're successful in whatever they achieved. And now they're like, they've done so great in their career that they're multimillionaires, right? And so now that they can get out of poverty, they can buy a better home, they can buy better things for themselves, and they're happy and they're excited and they want other people to see how happy they are. And then all of a sudden people are like, oh, why are you flaunting that? Why are you taking pictures? Why are you posting that? You shouldn't be doing that. You should be more humbled. Like,
right.
That's that. You shouldn't be doing that. Well,
yeah.
Weren't you just the same individual?
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I bring this up because it's hilarious to see people judging so harshly one of the Olympians, and she literally came from like nothing, and she's doing amazing things, and she's getting like all these bunch of sponsorships and stuff, and she's coming into a lot of money, and she's worked her ass off for this, and she's posting on social media. She's building a home, and she bought a new car, and she literally came from
nothing.
And now when she's got a little bit of something, they want to tear her down.
Yes. Literally, she came from a home where her mother was a drug addict. The state had to constantly take her children away. Her grandfather had to adopt her, and her mother's still in low-income community, finally got herself clean and stuff, but still, like, she worked hard.
Mm-hmm. Right.
She busted her ass.
Right.
And now she's doing better.
Yeah.
And they want to tear her down for it.
Right. That's when I just totally just disconnect from things where you would see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but weren't you the same people like telling her, oh no, you could do it, you could do it, you could do it. And now that she did it,
right.
Oh, well, how dare you show us what you have?
Yeah, that's so unfortunate.
Yeah. Like, why are we as humans so judgmental of other people, and why can't we just be so happy
for each other.
for each
Yeah,
other
Instead of just tearing each other down.
Jealousy and greed and envious, or like it's just.
It just says you don't want to work hard for your own keep.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You much rather tear somebody down because you don't have the drive like they have.
Yeah. Why can't you
It
just?
sucks that you have the mind power to do that and I don't.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down
and
to.
you worked hard.
Right.
You absolutely worked hard.
Right.
Day and night. Through injury, through sacrifice. You did it. And you accomplished amazing things. And now you're reaping all your hard work.
That's what it comes down to for those that are always hating, is that's because they haven't found what they truly want or want to do.
Right.
It's because they're lost themselves, and when you're lost and you can't figure out how they're doing it or why they're doing it, you have no choice but to hate them for their success.
You just continuously look at other people and you don't look at yourself and within yourself to go, what am I good at?
Yeah.
What am I not exploiting? You know, how can I come from the bottom of nothing and
work my way to the top like this individual.
Build my own empire.
Yeah, it's so sad as humans that we just can't be more supportive of each other.
Right. Yeah.
It really is. And I remember when we were in Washington, and he had a striving farrier business, and he was like, these clients are amazing, and he thought a few of them were his friends, and I didn't. I was in a mindset of these are clients and that's who they are. And they're like, no, Mads, you should, really consider them as friends. And I'm like, no. I go, the minute you can't offer them something, I'm like, I'm sorry, babe, to be the one to give you the brutal news. I go, they're not going to be your friends. They're not going to be there for you. And sure enough, when we gave them the news that we had to retire our business because we chose to move to Indiana to pursue this, because it was the dream, it was the passion, it was the goal, they literally stopped talking to us.
Yeah. And I got tired of trying to call them and reach out, because who wants to keep doing that? Yeah. You know,
never did we get a response.
The only people in Washington that keep in contact with us and we stay in contact with them.
And those are true friends.
Those are true friends is Amanda and Chris.
Yep.
You know what's funny is we had this conversation. I look at my phone book and I have like these numbers, which I'm going to start deleting.
Yeah.
I have these numbers in there, and every time I look at the contact list, none of these people have called me or have texted or have reached out to see what I'm up to. I'm not angry about it. I know they have their lives, but
it's okay.
If we meant something then, what transpired to lose that connection, distance? And why am I always working so hard to hold on to that?
To reach out.
Because I know in myself, I value friendship, right? What we started, we obviously agreed on something and we had this bond, but now it's like no one, like if you're out of their circle or their city, it's like, oh, none of that mattered anyway. I'll find somebody that's closer. So it's more so you're just looking for convenience.
Yes.
You're looking for a convenient friend.
And that's what I had told him. I go, they are friends out of a convenience. The minute that you don't have anything to offer to them, that's it. They're not going to communicate with you. And what you had to offer is the service of your expertise for their horse.
And that's so shallow to start something on. Like, where do you have to be to be that?
Yeah.
That type of individual.
In one way, I get it. I threw down excellent farrier work.
Yeah.
And so they probably were butthurt that they'd have to find somebody beneath my skill.
Right.
And how dare I leave these horses in the state of...
But shame on them to build a friendship solely on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shame on them, because you didn't build a friendship solely on them being a client.
Right.
And I knew meeting certain people, they were not artificial, but just shallow. But I knew where the real connections lie.
Yeah.
Like when I met Donnie for the first time at the police department, and how we clicked, and I instantly called him Donnie, and we were just like two fucking peas of a
Yeah.
pod. And look where Donnie's at now. Like constant contact. Like we are always in touch with each other. We're brothers at this point, family.
Yep.
And you know that'll follow you wherever you go. So yeah, I think tonight I'm just gonna go in there because literally I'm just gonna be down to like a handful of people.
Yeah. And I still have friends. And then you have those friends that you don't talk to for years, and then you communicate with them, and it's like you haven't missed a beat.
Right.
And I have those friends in Wyoming.
Right.
Cammie, I can pick up the phone, and it's like we haven't missed a beat.
Right.
Sarah Hughes, same thing.
Yeah.
Literally, she texted me the other day, and it was like, boom, we haven't missed a beat.
Yeah.
Literally.
Corey Toy.
Right.
Corey Toy would
Same
text my
thing.
brother and I, but
Yeah.
I miss my bros.
Yeah.
And
That was
it's
like
you
5-6 years ago since we've been out there.
And you
Right.
guys haven't missed a beat.
Right.
And that's how you know those are true friends. Where you don't have to try. You don't have to try.
I feel like I've been trying very fucking hard too.
Yes.
And they haven't. And it's kind of disappointing because that just leads me astray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like,
then, and
why
that's,
am I trying
And
then?
that's how you know
Right.
they're
To
not
separate.
They,
Right.
they were I call them friends of convenience.
Yeah.
The minute you don't have something to offer, they disassociate themselves from you.
Right.
Look at Trayvon. Look at Angela.
Yeah, since 2007. Yeah.
Look at Brian Lamb. These people
yeah.
are separated by thousands of miles.
Oh, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Done. Boom.
know?
Right there.
I just think people are. Most people, I don't think the intent is to be malicious by any standard.
No.
It's just that that's who they are and
That's
they're
just who
busy
they
with
are.
their
Yes.
lives.
Right.
And I'm not holding this. I mean, and I'm sure I've probably done this to somebody at some point in my life.
We all have.
We all, we all have.
have,
You know?
yes.
I'm not excusing myself from the
Nope.
equation by any standards.
and neither
but,
am I.
Right.
But it's nice to acknowledge that's what we are.
And
That's
we've
what
all
we do.
been judgy.
Oh,
Yeah.
we still do it.
I
still do
judge
it.
the crap out of people.
we still do it.
See, that's what I mean by that human element.
Yeah,
Like,
we
there's-
all do.
You don't shake it. You can just try and better it. But don't
Right.
try to shake the human portion.
Right. If you're
Right.
not perfect, you're not perfect.
Right.
And accept that shit.
And like you said, just be
human.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah, just try to
better.
be better.
keep your humanity. Keep your
Have an open mind about things.
right. But I just used the term. Keep your sense of humor.
Yeah.
Keep your open mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like keep that playfulness.
Yeah. And when you find yourself judging, just forgive yourself. I think if you do that more, acknowledge, like, oh my God, I'm fucking judging.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I did that.
Right.
Yep.
You know? Oh, well, I'm not perfect. Onward.
And
Right.
apologize when you can.
Right.
If
And
you if
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Whether it's
Yeah.
to them when they're there or mentally to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
you
it-
don't hold shit like that.
And if you want to be high and mighty, show it in your actions. But
Yeah.
don't belittle somebody and try to get on this pedestal.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Get on your
Like-
soapbox and start.
And then start judging people. Oh, he had a near-death experience, but he really talks like this and he really acts like this. I'm not going to watch this show anymore.
Right.
You know?
Oh well.
Oh, well.
Because
Like,
it doesn't suit their needs.
yeah.
Like I said, not everybody likes chocolate cake.
Not,
Not everybody likes chocolate cake. And not everybody likes the fuck word.
No.
Right.
We had that comment.
Yeah. What is it about people with adjectives?
I don't
You know,
know.
like their words. Feel free to use those words.
That comment had me dying laughing. I so wanted to say something to her.
Like it was like I loved watching your show. It was very informative and I learned something from it. But the moment you said fuck, I just can't watch your show anymore. This is just not for which I respect.
Yeah, totally
But,
respect. And I was like, cool. I mean, what can
Jeez.
we say?
Don't judge me too hard because I like to use some adjectives.
Right.
Sorry.
Or you just like to speak words. Like
yeah.
it's just the power of etymology too. If you understand what you're saying and you understand the context in which you're saying it in,
Yeah.
what's the fucking problem?
Yeah.
Right.
oh, you used fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't
Oh,
say
shit,
that.
I used fuck. Shit, I used shit. Shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just why are we so uptight?
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
And we have Sarah over here dying laughing.
Yeah.
Good.
People use these words
Yeah.
like they're supposed to be some sort of holy grail behind,
Yeah.
like, come on, why are we this serious? Do you know how short life is?
It's okay.
Like, really? Come on.
It's fine.
yeah, I don't know why we're so uptight as a species, you know?
Look, this is my thought process, and I'm sure it's going to probably piss off a lot of people. It's okay to be judgy. We're all judgy, right? There's some truth behind it. Don't be cruel about it,
Right.
right? Like, don't purposely go up to somebody and judge them with the intent to be mean.
Yeah,
Right.
malicious about
Right?
it.
And
yeah.
malicious about it.
Yeah.
Like, don't go up to somebody and be like, oh, you're going to do this and this and that because you look like that. Like, that's malicious.
Right, that has
with the
intent.
intent.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
has intent.
Intent. Right.
Yes.
Yep.
We all judge.
Yeah.
It's human nature.
And it's okay.
And you know
And
why?
it's okay.
And it's okay. we all judge. There's a reason why we judge. It keeps us safe. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Police officers do it. They still do it.
Profile.
Yes, we do it. It keeps us safe. We taught that in our self-defense class.
Yes, we
It
did.
keeps people safe.
Yes, it does.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do it with a malicious intent behind it.
Yeah.
That's all the difference.
That's a huge difference. That's it. Sarah says, treat people how you want to be treated. It is so simple, elegant, and powerful. Exactly.
That's it.
But
That's it.
Until you're that narcissist asshole or that egotistical person who just can't get beyond themselves or past themselves.
Right.
And
Right.
that's just who they are to
Right.
the core.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I like to think most people are not that way. They just get
Right.
caught up into some whatever
Yeah.
people are saying and
Yes.
they get caught into the shit.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is acknowledge that you are flawed and
Right.
We're all flawed.
we're all
Yeah.
flawed, and then just apologize. Like how easy is it to apologize?
Whenever
Sometimes
I-
it's really hard to apologize for some people.
Yeah.
Whenever I go outdoors, like the grocery store or Costco, because we don't really go much anywhere else. Right?
Yeah.
Just being honest here.
Yeah.
I always look at, in my eyes, who I would believe, I don't know for a fact, but who I would believe to be less fortunate, either by how they dress, what they buy. And I always go, what is it like to be in this person's shoes
Yeah.
before I make any judgment?
Yeah.
You know, what is this person going through today? And what is it like being there? And right when I have those ideations, I just go about my way, look at this person like a regular human being.
Right, 'cause you don't know what they're going through.
Going through the same shit that I'm going through.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the bigger point.
And
you don't
say
know what anybody.
hello and how are
That's
you?
all
and
I
have
do.
a good
That's
day.
all I
Yeah.
do, Daryl. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
How,
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Hello, how are
Yeah.
you?
Right.
I
So-
make it a point to speak to
Okay.
them.
Right.
You remember how we used to practice what we preach? Like when we pass somebody, we say, "Hello, how are you?"
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I passed this couple today in the nature center walk, and they looked up at me and they said hello, and I said, "Hey, hello, how are you guys?" And they both said, "Good, thanks for asking. How are you?" And then so they looked like a nice couple, and I said, "Well, instead of having this just be a passerby just throwing words out there, do you really want to know how I am, or are you just asking like to be polite?"
Yeah. Are you going through a ritual?
Okay, and the guy stops and he looks at me and he goes, "No, now that you say that, I really want to know, like, how are you doing?" And so he stopped. Him and his wife turned around and looked at me with like this amazed look on their face, like we're about to have a conversation, right? And I already know like where I'm navigating this to. And I just wanted to see how aware of themselves that they are. And I said, "Well, I'm actually going through some personal stuff, and every day I get up and I try to make best. I do the best that I can, and I make myself present. And today's one of those days where today I'm doing okay." And he looked at me and he said, I think he said his wife was Deb. He said, "You know, Deb, I haven't had this type of conversation in over 40 something odd years with a stranger.
Right.
And he said, you remind me of this individual who kind of went about his life the way you're going about it. He refused to be just a passerby. Mm-hmm. And he said, I'm glad you stopped me, because I was starting to lose hope that people just don't speak to people anymore. Mm-hmm. And his wife was like, you shared some like personal stuff with us like that. I didn't go into great detail.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. And she's like, what compelled you to stop and say all this? Why is that so easy for you to just say things like that? Mm-hmm. And I said, why is it so easy for you to not want to do that?
Right.
Why is it so easy for you to not look at a person and do what I did? It's the same reasons. We have these pent up reserved judgments of ourselves and of others that may not perceive it the way you're putting it out there. Mm-hmm. And it's a vulnerability. So I just risked it and hoped that you guys would entertain it, and you did. And then he was like, yeah, you have a really interesting way about life, and I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Yeah.
And he says, and I hope to see you on this walk again. And I said, well, before we go, tell me a little bit of something about how hard it has. I'm assuming you guys are married. And he says, yeah, 46 years. And he said, and I asked him, how hard in your relationship, what were some of the tough days that you guys had to endure together? Like, what were some of the toughest moments? And he said, you know what? It's so vast because they're older. He's like, I'll just tell you like this, because I can name off a lot of things. Mm-hmm. He just said, life is not for the faint at heart, that at the end of the day, we're alive and well, and we're here today. And all we did was be in the moment of those trivial times, and we got out of them okay. He said, no matter what you're going through, at the end, if you're geared a certain way, it's gonna be okay. Mm-hmm. And then so we closed it out with some more little words, and I told him, I said, well, it was very nice meeting you guys. Have a great day, and just so you both know, I love you very much. And then he looked at me, and he was just like, that again, why is it so easy for you to say that mm-hmm. to two people you don't know? And I told him again,
you should watch Synths of the Reality podcast.
Well, and I did.
Live every day.
I didn't give him the car or anything, right. And I said, well, again, you're answering your own questions. Why is it so easy for you not to say that to me?
Right.
And he had to think about that, you know? And I said, I've thought about myself. I'm comfortable with who I am now. I'm comfortable with myself to where I can say that to two strangers. Mm-hmm. I don't have to live in reserve, wondering if these people are not going to like me or not. Because no matter what, I'm still going to be me at the end of the conversation.
Right.
And they just took that, and they were like, I'm just going to tell my friends about this. Like, and his wife was still like blown away by the conversation.
The sheer dialogue.
She's like, we've never had, even with our closest friends, we've never had this type of conversation.
Right.
And then we just parted ways, you know, and I can tell I left them like I can hear them as we're walking away.
Pondering.
Yeah. Like, and they're talking about it amongst themselves like, what the fuck?
Right.
Sarah said it perfect. She said, oh my God, people are so desperate for simple connections. Saying hi, telling someone you like their shirt or whatever. People are so lonely.
Right. Oh, tell me about it.
And it is. And it's media, it's technology, it's the phones. People are so disconnected with people, with family, with their loved ones, with their spouse. Mm-hmm. They're so disconnected.
You know what's funny about that, Sarah, is you see the three of us. Well, technically, you only see two of us, but the three of us here, we would be classified as lonely as well.
Right.
We don't have a lot of friends. We don't have a lot of social interaction. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's our social interaction?
Mine at the nature center today.
Okay, and
that's it.
This camera.
Yeah.
And the three of us.
And the three of us.
Yeah.
Right? How long has it been that way? And for the small amount of friends we do have, when we visit them, we make the best out
Right.
of it, and it is a phenomenal gathering, right? And those friends know who they are,
Yeah.
you know. But she's right. We are lonely, the three of us, and that is a fucking awkward thing to think about right now.
But are we though?
I mean, we're in essence, I get what he's saying. Like outside of our relationships,
We're lonely.
yeah.
Don't you think there should be more of a connection with people than what we have right now?
No,
Really?
I don't think so. I think you have to have a genuine connection. I think it's quality versus
Don't you think you have to get out there
quantity.
and do that though?
mean, we
It's
don't-
not going to come knocking at your door.
No,
Okay,
I know that.
So when the wife and I, like I said, when the wife and I go out to restaurants, we don't go out and go, we're looking to find someone to talk to.
Right.
We go to restaurants and we talk to people. It's not that we are lonely, but it's just genuinely that we are curious about people's walks of life and like what they're going through.
Yeah.
Right.
We had that when we went.
Every time we go somewhere.
Yeah. When we went to, I had a couple of doctor's appointments. You had to get your blood work. We had a connection.
Right.
Multiple connections.
Yes.
That was connecting with people.
Right.
That I didn't at one time feel lonely at all. You had to go in and get the blood work. I had several connections with people there while you went in there.
Oh, really? You were talking to people?
Absolutely.
Of course you were. But Meryl really made someone's day when we went to get my
The
blood
gnome,
drawn.
the gnome lady.
So this woman sits behind her desk,
And she looked lonely.
And her name is Jessica.
Yes.
And you could tell somebody calls her a loser.
She was craving
You could tell she just
Well, who was calling her a loser?
just another
Just
nurse. I think it was just
another
playful.
phlebotomist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you could just tell she was starving for something. So
Yes.
Meryl, being Meryl, looks up and goes, oh, "You have gnomes."
No, I asked about her nails first.
Oh, the nails first.
Yes.
But then she was like, "You have gnomes," and when she picked her head up from looking at the computer and made eye contact with us, it was a wrap.
That was it.
You could tell
I made
opened
that.
her.
Yep.
You opened her up like a flower, and then we found out what she does on.
And then that was
On-
it. Then she had a
Yeah.
line of people waiting.
She said she had Christmas gnomes that she would line the
And
whole
she
counter.
stood up and she
Yeah.
started talking. And then you can just see her aura change.
That one day, two people refused to pass her by to see her,
Right.
and we saw her.
You know what? I noticed that happens too a lot when we go to Costco or the grocery store and we have a connection with some of the employees, and you look back at the line.
You brighten up their day.
Right,
Yeah.
but you look back at the line and you got these people looking. Sometimes the people are like just as intrigued and smiling,
Yes.
with
And
us,
they have smiles
and
on
they
their
have
face.
smiles on their face.
And
And then
that's-
others you have, they're just like, oh, you're holding up the fucking line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those are people who need connection too.
Badly,
Right.
desperate.
Badly.
Yes.
And that's what I mean by quality versus quantity.
Right. Right.
So no, I do not believe we're lonely at all.
Okay. Well, I mean, a part of me thinks there's more interaction that we could be having.
I think
Personal contact. You know,
I think we have the interactions that we need to have.
well, I think the opposite.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't appreciate what we have here. I do. But I really think, we're still missing something. There's still a bigger portion that has to be
Right. But at the end of the day, though, like you control that. You still choose to sit here and not make yourself readily available to go get that. If you put yourself out there more, if
Yes.
that's your intent, then you're going to have to leave the confines
Then
of
do
your
it.
Right.
residence, sir.
Yeah. There's been
I mean, when I'm out, I guess I do.
You make the most of it when you're out.
I
Yeah.
do make the most
And that's
of it.
and that's good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Sarah says, "Me too. I make effort to acknowledge people when I am out, and and it is genuine. I appreciate the quality connections, but I am done settling for people just for people's sake. Exactly.
Oh, God. Amen to that.
So I interact with strangers. I don't have to be friends with them to make their day better, which makes me happier. Exactly.
Word up.
And you know what
Yeah.
I admire about Sarah is that she doesn't hide her children from the world.
Right.
Yes.
And she
yes.
doesn't put these expectations on them. She's preparing them for what it is really
Yeah.
like. The
Yep.
last thing you want is your children to be shocked by vulgarness or
Right.
profanity
Yeah.
or different ideations, or that woman clearly knows, hey, look,
Yeah.
I'm from them streets.
Yeah.
I took
And
the
y'all from these streets now too.
I took the boys to Erie, and there's some pretty poverty-stricken areas. I'll just say that. And I wanted them to make them aware, consciously aware of their surroundings, so they can know where's a good place and a potential bad place. And, you know, if you have to get gas, what are you looking for? And I made sure to put us in the thick of it. And I said, hey, boys, look around. What do you see? And Cole goes, stores and this and that. And I said, that's fine. I said, but is this a place you want to get out and go walk around? Does this place look inviting to you? And Keaton goes, no, everything looks dirty. And Cole's like, yeah, this place is suspect. I definitely don't want to get out here.
Yeah.
And I said, well, good, because now you're starting to understand the difference, the dichotomies of what looks good, what looks bad, and what your perception is.
And what could be a hazard to your
And
health.
what could be, I said, this is the perfect example of why you need to pay attention to your surroundings. I'm not saying everyone here in this neighborhood is 100% a bad person, but I'm saying your chances of being a victim are greatly higher here versus the neighborhood I'm about to take you in.
Right.
And that, my friends, is a perfect example of being judgy without being malicious.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
Right,
Right?
there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
It's just an
The
observation,
epitome of it.
right?
Yes.
Like you're looking at something, you're weighing your odds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're judging some of the people that are unscrupulous characters there, but you're not saying they're all rotten.
Correct.
You know? But just be mindful of where you're at. And
Yes.
that is a universal thing.
Yes.
Right? People just, as you get older, you know
Everybody
this.
still does it. There's just a few of us who are brave enough to admit it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of those things you can feel. Like when Daryl and I were moving out here from Washington, we had to get gas in a real horrible place in Chicago.
Oh, we had to.
And
There was no way around it.
She didn't even have to hear one word from me. The feeling we both received from the environment
Yeah.
told us everything we needed to know. And this was a raw feeling. It wasn't so much that it was dirty per se.
Right.
It was a feeling. Like
Yeah, it
we
was
entered
dangerous.
a very naughty energy.
Yeah.
And you need to pump your shit and go.
It'd be on your way.
Be on your way. You know, and
Yeah.
we were very tactical as how we pumped gas.
Yeah.
Very. And that's how you know, okay,
And I don't even think
this is
you-
what it is, but I ain't gonna judge nobody that pulls up to the gas station. Maybe
Right.
they have to live in this environment.
Right.
You know, and it may suck for them too. You
Right.
know, so
Yeah. And I don't even think you filled it all the way up. You
No.
filled it enough to get us to the next
Right.
safest place.
Right. Yeah, that's a smart move, too, because why stay longer than what you have
Have
to?
to.
Yeah.
I mean, I've done that.
when seconds matter,
Yeah.
just like search and rescue,
Yep.
everything matters. Time, date, last seen. You know,
Yeah, I had those problems in San Bernardino when I would get in my cruiser. With the county, there was no designated police gas stations. You had to go where you could. You took a card with you. I made sure before I left the station I was getting gas in Apple Valley, sir, not in Atalanto.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I knew the places where were good and the places that were not so hot. Especially me having the goddamn bullseye on my freaking
right?
back.
Because that's the one thing that people don't know about police officers is you're always at the end of the showdown. Everyone's going to draw their weapon before you in most cases, and you're not going to see it coming.
Yeah.
You know how restricted law enforcement officers are from pulling their service weapons? They have to go through a bunch of protocol in their head, which is valuable seconds. Once they've cleared all protocol in the head, then okay, I can pull my firearm.
Right.
Criminals, pull the firearm and shoot.
Yeah.
And then some,
and even more now.
Even I was going to say, that's changed now. Now you have
it's-
officers failing to act because they're scared of being prosecuted to the nines.
Yeah, and going to jail for something that they were definitely in fear of. Like, and how do you register someone's fear?
Right.
You know, you have to, if you're wearing a badge and a vest, you know what fear is. And you know, hey, these next few steps are ultimately going to end this way. I need to get a jump on this. It's your job to know that. Now, how do you relay that to a jury?
Right. Yeah,
How do you relay that to the judging fucker like this, just telling you, oh, defund him, take him to jail?
Or I would have shot him in the knee.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys are listening to this, do us a solid and go listen to the 2-part podcast with Donnie.
Oh, yes.
That is such an eye-opening.
What's the name of those 2 podcasts?
I'll look them up, put them in the chat, and actually link both of those podcasts in the chat so they can have them. It's a
eye-opening.
It's an eye-opening podcast on what happens after an unfortunate event where a police officer has to save his own life by taking somebody else's life. Or it would have been his death.
Yep. Exactly. And even then, when you watch it, he still gave that guy a fucking second chance.
Yeah.
Even with a knife buried in his chest.
Yeah, still. And still after that, he went and spoke to that family's.
Right. And they still found ways to hate a person.
Yeah.
Right.
No one wants to. We live in a world where no one wants to take accountability.
Any responsibility.
For nothing.
When I sit and watch certain people in these horrible neighborhoods, it's clearly a choice. They want to be that horrible person. Because if they didn't want to be, they can change it. They can clean their neighborhoods. Just because you live poor don't mean you have to look poor.
Right.
Don't mean you have to be dirty. Doesn't mean you have to drop trash on the ground.
You and I have lived in places that have been of lesser than
You and I fell from the top all the way to the bottom
to the bottom.
and still felt like we were comfortable and still kept our stuff clean and still was accountable for our actions.
To the point where
we were dirt poor.
where we had so when you live in an apartment, I'm sure a lot of people know this, when your lease is about to come up, they come and do the apartment check. The inspections to make sure you're keeping your place up to par, or they're not going to renew your lease. We're both very ADD when it comes to cleaning, and we don't allow shoes in the house or anything like that. And so when it came, the manager of the apartment building knew us very well. He was Russian, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So he was
German.
Oh, German.
Right.
German. And so he knew us very well. And when it came time to do the apartment check, he knocked on our door and we're like, oh, yeah, come on in. He's like, no, there's no need.
Yep.
I know how you guys live.
Yep.
I just came to knock to say I came and knock. You guys have a good day.
Because every time he came over, he was told to take his shoes off. And he would come in and be like, man, he would tell us, like, you guys probably have the cleanest apartment in this whole building.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's like,
That's how bad it was, bro.
He's like, I've never seen an apartment this clean.
And when we left, they gave us all of our money back and probably didn't even want us to leave.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Ideal tenants, you know?
When we moved in, they're like, oh, the carpet shampooed. I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
We had it shampooed.
Yeah. people was trying to break into my truck, steal all of my farrier equipment.
Yeah,
it was raunchy.
It was crazy.
We were living in a raunchy area, but we still found that most people there were in the same situation we were.
Yeah.
They were good-hearted, fell on hard times,
Yeah.
and had to restart.
Yep.
You know, I don't think...
But even then, we still kept our stuff
Right.
pristine, and
Right,
that's
yeah.
what we're saying. Just because you fell on hard times doesn't mean you have to look like you fell on
Right,
hard times.
right, yeah.
Keep your stuff nice.
And that whole you're a product of your environment, that's bullshit. That's a choice. I'm tired of excuses.
Yeah.
You're not a product of your environment. You have a choice just like anybody else has a choice
Right.
in life.
Yes.
And I'm so tired, like, the black people or people they consider white trash or
no, work hard.
and they all have a choice. Like they all have a choice to do better for themselves.
Going back to Simone Biles. She
Right.
worked her
Yeah.
ass off.
Right.
And look at her now.
Yeah.
Worked her ass off.
Just fucking excuses.
Day and night.
Nobody's stopping you from doing anything. It's you. Get out of your own way. Stop making excuses and be accountable and
I mean, look at us.
fucking
Right.
act.
We worked and still working our asses off.
If you seen where we started, you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, you guys earned every bit
Every
of
bit
what
of it.
you have. Every
And-
bit of
And
it.
we didn't come from, we were gang banging. Like, we were just anti fucking people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we were just
Yeah.
the epitome of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But we made a conscious choice.
Choice.
And and at the end of the day, I even looked at myself and looked at him, and I was like, excuses.
Yeah.
All the dudes back then were like, oh, the white man won't give me a job and this and that.
Yeah.
Excuses.
And I think that's why we're so hell bent on
Yeah.
preaching the be good, go out and do good.
Right.
Stop saying you can't.
Right.
Stop being the woe is me.
Yeah. And stop looking at race. Like the
And
only
stop it.
the only
Yeah.
reason why race is still an issue is because you keep
talking
about
it. Who said that, babe?
Morgan Freeman.
I love that quote.
And then also, too,
Love that
even
quote.
if you got it good, but you got dreams and too scared to do it, this does not leave. I mean, this is towards you too.
Yeah.
Get off your fucking ass and live life.
Do it.
No excuses.
I like when some people say, stop talking about this stuff. This stuff burns me out. It's the stuff that burns you out.
That
Like-
you need to
That
work
is
on.
probably what you should be
yeah,
doing.
yeah, you need to work on that. If that's burning you out, you need to work on that shit.
if you don't work on it, and if you don't speak about it and stop
Yeah.
harboring it,
Yeah.
that's why you're burnt out.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why you're fucked mentally.
Yeah.
Because people just refuse to self-diagnose. And you got to self-diagnose the avatar.
Yeah.
Is what I'm seeing what you seeing?
Well, crap. We've been on this for an hour, but before we get to music, I do want to say one quick thing, and it's hilarious. This is the epitome of us, and I find it hilarious.
I like how you give us a time on like we always wanted to do a podcast / music. I think if it took us an hour to do it, Daryl, then it took us an hour.
I know. I'm just
Okay.
saying. Let's
All right.
just go.
All right.
I want to say really quickly, a belated happy anniversary, babe.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
And we still don't care. We still don't care.
Apparently, it was our wedding anniversary, August 8th, and we both forgot.
Let me guess. You're too busy doing the live.
We were
Yeah.
too busy doing the live.
And we forget every year.
And we forget every year.
I remember 2 years in a row, right when I saw Daryl didn't care, I was like,
Yeah. We're like, oh,
I'll let it go
okay.
down. I don't care. I really
Right.
don't. I was
Right.
just doing it to appease the missus.
And we purposely got married on that date so
Yeah.
we could remember. And then it's the least thing that we do is remember.
Right.
Yeah.
I really don't care about any birthdays, holidays. I enjoy the festivities of them, like who doesn't?
Yeah.
But I really don't care about them. There's nothing there that appeases with me. Like
And then I said, well, we celebrate our marriage every day.
I
every
was just
day.
going to say that. Fuck the annual
Yeah.
shit. We should be grateful that we wake up to one another
Yes.
every day.
Yeah. Sarah said, "Oh, happy anniversary, guys." Thanks,
Yep.
Sarah.
Sarah, do you want to go camping with Hello?
Yeah, what the fuck is that about? I was told after the show
Saw it in the comment.
Things start to get a little too friendly. I don't know if I want some. Hold on now here. Now I know we're not blood, but God damn it, you're a family and you're a sister to me. Ain't nobody gonna be fucking dating anybody unless I get the approval. I give the approval.
She's your little sister now?
Yeah, I gotta look out for her. Hell, she lives in my backyard.
So what are you working on, guys?
I guess we're going to continue to work on this new one.
Yeah.
And listen to it
And
more
just
than
listen.
work on
I'm
it.
going to do more listening because I am in a space where I got multiple bass lines in my mind. I just want to find something that truly fits.
We should build like a tiny home in our yard for Sarah and her kids to come here, and we can help her raise her kids, and
We should build it out of like a Adobe.
and get her squared away, and then she could sit right here on the podcast with Daryl, and then, you know.
Sarah says, hello is in Ohio. I just want to go camping. Hello in or Ohio and Pennsylvania is like
from where she's at.
stone's throw away.
Well, it depends. Like if you're on this side
He's
with
in-
Van Wert, he's in Columbus,
he's
so
in
he's closer.
Columbus,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
closer to the PA line.
Yeah.
But if you're on this side, it's still 4 hours. Or it depends on where you're at in Pennsylvania too. If you're way out in Gettysburg area, that's a long ass. hustle.
Hello in Moreau, sitting in the tree.
Oh shit! KISSING.
Get the double Dutch. Let's go.
Oh, you guys are ridiculous. Get to music.
All right.
Or you're going to make me have another short available.
Oh shit!
We're going to be preaching from Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
She said, I thought you guys were working on the commune. She's ready to join the cult.
Look, let me get my yurk / circus tent up first.
And she's near Reading.
How far is that from?
Columbus.
No, Pittsburgh. Yeah, hold on,
why?
wait.
No,
How far
why?
is that from Columbus?
How far is that from Columbus, you love bird?
Oh my God, you guys are ridiculous. Jesus. Ay, Dios mío, dame paciencia. Which knucklehead kid do you have with you today, Sarah? She's near Philly.
Oh yeah, she's west of Pittsburgh or east of Pittsburgh. Yep. We're just an hour north of Pittsburgh, literally an hour north of Pittsburgh.
I just added that. Go ahead.
6 hours and 27 minutes from Reading, Pennsylvania to Columbus, Ohio.
I guess you better get to moving now.
change something and you think you like it, lay it in the background so I can hear what it's.
From the new sound? Oh, from the... You gotta keep going though.
It doesn't keep going. It does that every bar. You're not playing it right now. That's the only thing.
Which one are you talking about?
Light them up. I'll point it out. You'll hear it. Is that everything you got going? Yeah, it's that. I'm just doing the subtle variation. See, and it just goes back and forth to that high and that low. It's the same thing that Meryl liked yesterday.
It's the one that you did over here. It's that Night Rider.
Right.
Yeah. It went from the high to the low.
That's what I called it yesterday.
The Night Rider.
The Night Rider.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, that just gives me Night Rider vibes. Remember, because when they would come on, it would be something like this, but not. But What are you thinking so far, Mads? Anything sticking out to you in the bass?
From what I can hear, I can barely hear the bass.
Well, I'm also not playing loud because I'm still trying to figure out stuff. So, but you
okay.
can't hear it at all.
I mean, I can hear it, but
I can hear it.
I can.
Yeah, I can hear it. It's low. I know what you're trying to do. So.
Right.
Yeah.
But
From what I could hear,
I'm
it was,
liking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you need to just go ahead and turn that up and romp with it. But I was writing some like Paul Simon style lyrics that would go great with this because the bass was resembling some kind of like Bukithi Makalu type, South African style, you know?
Jizz.
He said, "Geez."
But I mean, no rush. Just keep working on it.
Yeah.
you
I'm
know?
just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Taking my time.
I'm liking where it's going, and at any time you want to hear a break in the beat, just let me know. But this is writing time, so
Yeah.
handle it.
Yeah. Canada says hello.
Hello, Dirty Foot Woman.
Dirty Foot Woman.
Hi. You can make tea from the dirt of the bottom of your feet,
All you have to do is strain it in your dirty sock.
and I'm sure it has some medicinal properties.
It can cure just about everything.
But mainly gout
And syphilis.
and a sore arse.
I hear him. I just don't know how the progression is going to be.
I know.
And maybe not staccato. Maybe because we got everything else like that. Maybe the horns need to be just drawn out, like long breaths. You know what I'm saying? Sustaining breaths. See, not like that. I think that's just competing with everything else. Not so staccato, like just play it. Don't try to match the beat. But just hold down a note.
I know, but I'm just trying to fuck with it right now. Let me hear the sounds first.
Oh, right there.
I'm trying to think about how Leroy Moore would play in this section with a sax or a tenor, you know?
And yeah.
Something like that, like not too staccato-y, but bouncing from sustain back and forth to something hoppy.
You just got to try hold on some of those notes, yeah. Does it do it on its own? Is that what it's doing? Or are you hopping it?
It does that. It's on a rotator.
I would say take it off that rotator.
No, that's just I can't take that off. I gotta find a different. I mean, I probably could go in there and find
it
where it is. It might be an actual.
I think that's what you're missing because it's not giving it a pause from that. Yeah, and that's where you're losing some of that holding tones, you know? What's the name of the instrument, though?
Breezy sax, so I'm just
It doesn't say if it's like alto or tenor.
No.
See, and I like the sound of the other one, you know?
Me too.
Yeah. It's not horrible.
It's not sharp either, you know.
It's just missing that little
That extra,
edge.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which could be a reverb to make it open.
Right.
That's more of a like a band.
A full section.
Yeah. You know, something like that. I really like that breathing. I might go on deep in there and see what's actually causing the rotary,
Yeah,
and see
right.
if I can't just turn the rotary portion down.
Yeah. Those are some good ones.
I'm gonna write this one down so we can go back on it and look at it.
too lazy to set up. Yeah, I would say deep dive into that last horn section and see if you can't just take out the rotary.
Yeah, it's just a nice sound. So I'll find it. I think I might have found the solo section.
like a water sound or something?
Yeah, it's just got a bunch of. It's called the Andrews Cave.
Yeah, a lot of hall in it, like a lot of echo. Or
Yes, it's
delay.
got a hexa chorus on it with a pre-delay, which is where I'm imagining a lot of the sound effects from the piano is coming from once the piano attack hits. Then the LFO depth is like +10. So it makes me wonder that rotator might be a LFO.
It's still there, huh? There's just no simple cutoff, huh? It's like somebody made that patch.
Yeah, I'm in here looking to see what they did.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna undo everything they did and see
Yeah.
what happens. just went and just said, fuck it, I'm just going to choose a regular sax and then do my own, try to find what that person did without using some hidden LFO or rotary somewhere I can't find.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Like, yeah, we ain't changing that. I swear I get Paul Simon from this. Something. I'll find
You'll
something.
get it. I know. No stress over here. No stress. Express my body. Keep that going. And I'm gonna turn it. Should I go go up a little higher on the bass level?
Yeah, a little bit. Is the bass louder in your headset?
feel like we need to have a spot for that. So when we transition and I go into that, I feel like you did right there, we have to change the course and bring up Knight Rider. Like take things out.
I just took Knight Rider out. Like literally, I just took it out just before you stopped so I could hear the bass.
Like already, like right now, I feel like we have the front of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. seems like that's going to carry us over into the face of it or the front of it. You know what I mean? How you feel about that? How you feel like starting in the middle? Like what we perceive to be like our bridge or whatever. How about we start in the middle to get to the front?
Oh, and just
some way I will transition into the front.
I think
Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, Goose.
I think we got the front end.
Yep.
We got the front end. I think we got the foundation to the front end.
Mm-hmm.
There's still like I still hear some type of brass.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll work on that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the back end definitely has to regress a lot.
Right.
You know?
It's how it always goes,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. And I know the back end is there because listen. of something like
Yeah, some ambient stuff. Yeah. I could respect it.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good place for us to start tomorrow.
Yep.
Is to solidify the front end, which may still take a couple of days.
I know it. Things change. That's the
Right.
thing about it. I
Right.
try not to hold on to shit like in the early phases of it
Yeah.
because I know it always changes.
And then I think what we should do tomorrow really and just restrain ourselves and just listen.
Yeah. Kind of easier said than done because when you hear something at that moment, you know, you want to like,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
But I hear what you're saying. We
But
have to
it-
sit back and just,
Yeah. It normally works for me if I'd like if when you used to take off for days on end, like I would just find something and I would just sit in here and chill and listen. Like watch
Yeah.
TV or try not to pay it any mind.
Right.
Because the more I focus on it, the more I guess the more harder it gets to, find things.
and not. I hate chasing ghost notes.
Right.
Like I hate chasing notes that shouldn't be there or what you. Sometimes it's just like we always said: the easier it is, the simpler it is,
Right.
the better it sounds.
Right. So tomorrow, let's do that. Let's spend a little more time listening and stop trying to design so much. Because that's when things kind of get carried away from me. And then I ultimately don't like the whole thing. And I just,
Yeah, you get that ear fatigue, man. I don't like
and
that.
I trash it and I'll look for something else. You know, I'll trash everything.
Right.
So
Yeah, well, you ain't the only one.
I know.
Meryl, before we get out of here, you want to pay these bills?
No.
No. Meryl says no. The editor she says today we're not even doing the fucking commercial. So,
Yeah, the editor's also dealing with some severe abdominal pains too.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
feel good.
we got to figure that out. So we should probably end the show a little early in respect to the editor.
Oh, well, thank you.
To the editor.
To the editor and her abdominal pains.
Thank you guys. The Patreon is up if you like to see more of this to help us keep us in the saddle. Hit the Patreon. Hit the Etsy. We got
that
the
was
gear.
super fast.
We got the merch out there on the Etsy.
And new merch on there too.
And we got new merch on there.
For you folks that like to work out and do yoga.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. She says, I hope you feel better. Angie says, I like where you're at with it. I've been sitting here working on my puzzle while listening and keeping me focused.
Oh, well, there you go. I wish we could do it a little bit longer, but
Unity hopped on and he said hi. And then Gabriel said he likes it a lot.
Yeah.
well, there you go.
So
Man,
it's Gabriel approved.
Oh, well.
maybe we won't scrap it then.
Maybe we won't
Oh,
scrap
yeah.
it.
Don't you dare scrap it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you all tomorrow.
Yep.
Thanks
and
for tuning in.
We're going to try and be on time. And
No, I've been keeping you guys on time.
Yeah, for 2 days in a row, Meryl.
3, I think.
3 days? What the fuck?
in all honesty, when you guys come and join us, it makes it all worth it. It makes us want to come back in here and do it some more. And you guys keep us accountable. So thank you for the support.
Yep. Thank you very much.
It means a lot.
It really does. It's hard to get these 100 days. Listen to me. This is challenging, people. This challenge.
Pick
Yeah.
anything in life and do it for 100 days.
Evan Duffy, if you're ever watching this, I don't know if you ever watched these, but if it had not been for you telling us to commit and treat it like,
A job.
and treat it
But
like your
yet
passion,
a fun job.
but a fun job and do it. Thank you, sir, and we are doing that.
Yes. And hopefully I feel better tomorrow.
You
Yes.
will. You will. Even if I got to punch you in the abs or something.
Oh.
I don't know why we got to do any type of
Yeah, I don't
flagrant abdominal punches.
Yeah, I
like,
don't think that'll make me feel better.
Okay.
well, are you talking like the right quadrant or the left upper quadrant? Like,
One of the quadrants I'll just
Yeah.
punch really hard.
oh
Yeah,
my
no.
God.
Put the pain somewhere else.
Yeah, I kick back.
There you go.
You do. And you're very violent. And I'm telling the world, I live in a very abusive relationship.
Coming from the guy who wants to punch his wife in the
Thank you.
abdominal cavity.
While I'm in pain.
Because I have to protect myself. This is the perfect time to get her while she's down.
Spoken like a true opportunist.
Thank you. See y'all tomorrow.
Later.
All right, we're out of here.
Bye.
Peace.